Alright, so here's what we got here. I installed these two swarms into this resource hive last weekend, which it's only Wednesday today, and one of them is already showing signs of minor chalk brood, which, you know, that's kind of what you get when you do swarms. Sometimes they're not the best. People are like, oh, you're getting free bees out of the deal, and it's not always free. So what I'm going to be doing with these two swarms today is I'm going to feed them a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of pollen if I think it needs it, and hopefully that will help clear up this small amount of chalk brood. If it was a larger infestation, it'd be a bigger problem. The funny thing is because it's new, it should be on new equipment, so that's weird. All right, that's all I got. All right, a couple things before I begin. I have two hive tools because I'm trying to use this red one for chalk brood this year because I got more than one hive with it. So I'm going to put the red one over here. I have Super DFM, which is a supplement, so I'm going to add that too. They are not really up in the top box, which is fine. That's the chalk brooded one. So I'm going to pull this box off. Give them a little smoke. It's a little overcast today, but yeah. Now see, there's a heck of a lot of bees in here on the lower box. Not much going on in the top yet. This feed should stimulate. Now the Super DFM, normally it takes 1 tablespoon for a full-size deep, so I'm going to give them less than a tablespoon. You spread it on the top bars. That could help. There we go. Oh, knocked over my smoker. I don't know if it's going even. Alright, so there's that. A little bit of a pollen patty. So, this is a very little bit. I'm going to split this amongst the two. So here's a little bit of pollen patty between the boxes. In the second box, there's a bee here in the way. Get out of there, buddy. There we go. And I'm going to put the lid on. That's it for that side. This side they are on top, so that's good. A little bigger of a swarm there. And add a little Super DFM. This side might not need the feed. Well, maybe it does. See, the feed helps with the chalk brood. But that side doesn't have chalk brood, so I'm gonna put my other hive tool. I already misplaced it. All right, so that's gonna be it there. Just like this. I'm gonna put this top back on. There we go. That's pretty good. Put it this way. There we go. A little bit of feed. It's not a whole lot, less than a quart. And I got a brick to weigh it down. There's that one. The center block back on. Yeah. Looks good. Alright, so that's all I wanted there. Now this is my chalk brood one, so I'm going to set it aside. Alright, these two down here were also swarms. And here's my problem. They were both kind of on the weaker side. So what do I want to do? I could check this hive to see if I have any brood frames that I could add to them. This is a healthy hive but a small one. Almost lost the smoker again. Which I think I'll do first. So I'm going to go into this hive. Alright, here's a heavy frame, which isn't good necessarily, because it means it has mostly nectar. Yeah, pull out on the other side. These guys probably need a little smoke. Alright. This is really getting nectar bound up top. It's not the greatest of deals. I'm going to try underneath. It's basically because this hive is behind, I've been kind of robbing it here and there, brood frames and such, to give to other ones. As long as I don't grab the queen, that's fine. Alright, down here, let's see what we got. It's really glued together down here. There we go. That's an empty frame. Needs to be rearranged. This is nectar on that side. Getting nectar bound. Might have to go get a super for this one. Alright, here we have some lays. Some, not many eggs. There's eggs there. I've got to really inspect it for the queen, because this has lots of day-old eggs. Here, I'll give you a better look. See, this is the frame here. Full of eggs on one side. The other side's got some capped, but not much. So, look for the queen. Not seeing anything. Oftentimes when you hold it in the sun like this, it should be on the other side. And when you flip it over, you got a quick look for that queen. I do see. I see not a queen. Alright, so that looks pretty chill. Let's check this other side. I don't see any lays on this side. There's some nectar. So this would be a good frame to add, because they don't have too much investment in it, and there's a good number of bees on it. So I'm going to take this and grab a frame from my... So I'm going to steal this frame and give them this frame for laying. The other one should be fine, although I could grab two. I gotta put this back together. Yeah. Lay this frame in like this. There we go. Alright, put this box back on. You gotta get this to start, this queen to start laying up top. ain't gonna happen today. Alright, so I need the drill to open up that nuke. Up the washer. It's okay. Crack this lid. Yeah, they're sparse. This is the problem with sometimes, again, these swarms, people are like, free bees. Not always. It's like this has 0 on it. So this right here, it's just a little wonky comb. They only really have 2 frames of bees, which sucks. Alright, so let's get rid of this wonky comb. Shoot. Dropped it. There's a little piece of wonky. Alright, so then I'm going to take this one here, and I'm going to put it in here. Ooh, got like clumped up there. Make sure they're not clumped over the queen. Try to smoke them around a little. Can't have the queen, otherwise this whole experiment's ruined. Alright, so I'm going to put this one in here. Put the fresh lays on this side towards their brood nest. And I actually just helped out the population in this one quite a bit. And here's that wonky framed one. I don't know if I want to give it to him. Alright, I'm going to move that wonky, I'll move the wonky one to the outside, but I got to do some maneuvering and turn this a little bit. Well, dang it. This has nectar and pollen. I don't want it to lose my bee space. Let's see how this works. I gotta see. One does have to go in the middle, so otherwise they ain't gonna fit. Alright, so there we go. Now the Super DFM. I'm hesitant to even give them food. They got plenty of food stores in here. Because that frame I just gave them was half full of nectar. I don't know. We'll see. A little bit. Yeah, let's see how this one's doing comparatively. Alright, again, we only have a few frames of bees here. We're just going to Super DFM and feed this one. Since it's in a 10 frame deep, I'll give it the full tablespoon now. I'm going to give this one some pollen as well. Here's some pollen. Not much, but a little bit. Stimulate, I guess. Whoa. This one's a tough fit. It's a tight fit. I some of these boxes I don't have a whole lot of room, but that pollen's soft, it'll push down hopefully. Alright, so we're going to push that pollen down. Pop the lid of the bucket feeder. There you go. Bucket feeder. With the bucket feeder, you gotta squeeze it tight, flip it over, and then it forms a vacuum. Put that on there. I've got a brick to weigh it down.
Hey, thanks again for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe so that we can get more people watching this channel. I really appreciate it. You have a good one and God bless.